Now, an initiative to raise awareness and educate people about proper electronic management is now on its 12th year. Joining us via Zoom is the E-Waste Project Co-Overall Head, Clarence Alver de la Cruz. Magandang umaga. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Clarence, so let's start off first by determining kung ano nga ba ang e-waste and how much do we actually generate. Can you give us a bit of an example and an idea of just how much we produce and what these actually are?
Okay, thank you. So actually, electronic waste, we define them as waste that uses electronics. So if you can plug them to wall or if they use battery, they're most likely e-waste. And just for context na lang, for this holiday alone, we have collected almost 11 metric tons of e-waste. And that's just for this holiday, like starting from December 25 up until now. So the fact na we already collected ganon agad and dito pa lang sa Quezon City means we have a lot more to cover.
Well, there's a lot to cover, but at the same time, some people might not even consider this as a particular specific type of waste. Paano ito nagsimula? Could you give us an idea of who are the people who actually started this and how does this actually work when you do collect yung mga e-waste?
Yes, thank you. So actually, the e-waste project started as an initiative by a member of UP Circuit, which is a student organization in Electrical and Electronics Engineering Institute in UP Diliman. Because we had this idea na we are electrical and electronics engineering students and we are aware, we are in a unique position. Now, we're studying about these electronics, pero parang tinatapon na namin siya sa mga typical na basurahan. Even though we know that they contain heavy metals that are very dangerous to our environment, not just sa health natin. And with that, we have made this project to ensure na yung mga e-waste na yun would not go to the landfills and would be treated properly by qualified professionals.
So for those wondering, once you do collect yung e-waste na to, you mentioned it being treated properly by the proper professionals. What are the processes involved once you actually do get yung mga e-waste na to?
Yes. So first of all, we do our best to recycle them. No? So first, hinihiwalay namin, we separate or we segregate yung mga gamit na pwede pang magamit. And with that, for yung mga others na hindi na talaga or like very low spec, for example, they would be sent to our partner recycler where they would be handling the proper recycling and the proper extraction of material.
You mentioned the 11 metric tons already gathered over the holiday season just in Quezon City alone. How many drop-off points do you actually have? And of course, where are the most accessible areas with regard to yung project ninyo?
Yes, so currently we have 3 drop-off locations, but they're all located in UP Diliman. But we also have the e-waste project in UP Los Baños, where they would conduct their own collection drive this coming February. So if anyone are interested, you may follow our Facebook page for more information regarding our drop-off points. But they are located in UP Diliman and UPLB.
Well, obviously very limited yung mga pickup points ninyo. Pero nagulat ba kayo that this is the type of tonnage that you were able to gather given that limited time nung December or rather the holiday season and only limited amount of pickup points? What does this type of return actually highlight in terms of the problem that we do have dito sa Metro Manila and of course the rest of the Philippines?
Yes, actually, last year we do our yearly collection drive, which happens around July to August. And with that, we have collected like around 10 metric tons. And we thought na, oh, maybe we're just generating 10 metric tons per year. But since we've launched our year-long collection drive, we realized that 10 metric tons, we could collect that in just a month. And that really surprised us na meron talagang problem. There's a problem when it comes to e-waste. And there are a lot of people who are interested to help out to actually recycle, to segregate their own e-waste. So I think this is not a problem ng community, but I think there's a problem na wala masyadong nagpo-provide ng solution for it. And with that, we're hoping na ma-expand pa namin yung project na to, mabigyan namin ng opportunities, more people to donate their e-waste to be part of the solution.
You mentioned that this is still a community project. are there any concerns that need to be addressed to make this more sustainable to be continued on a community basis?
Yes, that's true. Because electronic waste, some of them actually are hazardous, and actually, they would be classified as hazardous by the DNREMB. And the problem lies with the classification of hazardous, because that means they would need very specific treatment. Although not all electronic waste are very hazardous, no. So there are different levels of hazardousness na yun yung we're still trying to navigate as students. Especially na, yun, since it's a community student effort, we're still balancing that with our academics. So we are trying to work closely with the government for this, but we are doing our best to make sure that we comply sa mga any government requirement.
For those who are interested to join your campaign or even start their own initiatives for this e-waste project and learn from you guys, how can they reach out?
Yes, they can contact us through our Gmail, the ewasteproject at gmail.com, or through our Facebook page, facebook.com/the ewasteproject.
Clarence, you're doing great work over there. Obviously, I just want to know, could you give us a bit of an idea of your organization? Ilan kayo? And of course, how often do you actually do this? You mentioned it year-long. Is it a year-long also for 2025?
Yes, so our project, the e-waste project, is handled by UP Circuit, which is a student-based organization based in electrical and electronics engineering in UP Diliman. And we have 100 members, and we are doing our best to make sure that we're continuing this project for the entire year. So dati po kasi it's just a year long that happens ng July, August. But we have realized na there's more na we can do. Ang dami pa na kailangan namin gawin. And we're trying our best to make sure na constant yung collection and our drop-off points are still open.
Well, there's a lot of work to be done by 100 and hopefully a lot more. Clarence, maraming salamat. Thank you very much for all you do.
Thank you very much po for this time.